It's Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. I want to start the video out today. First off, give this video a thumbs up, share all of my videos, make sure that you subscribe. Costs absolutely nothing. There's no obligation. Hit that bell notification down below when you subscribe so that you are alerted with the newest videos. But I want to thank everybody for so many incredible comments over the last couple days. The last two videos where Sid and I went out and we were just taking care of some stuff out in Riverside, and we packed some supplies, some food, dog food, some clothing and whatnot, heading out there in case we came across some homeless people. And sure enough, we did. And I want to thank everybody. The comments were absolutely incredible. Really, I want to thank all of you. And, you know, I do apologize. I wish we were doing more, and my goal this year is to try and help more people, thanks to all of you. But there were so many great comments. And of course, I do want to respond to a couple comments. I guess I didn't see these comments, but this was brought to my attention. Some people had an issue with my leather jacket, didn't like my leather jacket. And you know, to me, what in the world, who cares what kind of jacket I'm wearing? We're out there reporting the news, helping some homeless people, feeding some dogs, and yet there's always somebody out there that just, you know, has to judge you on the type of clothes you wear. You know, people don't like my ties, or they don't like my suits, they don't like my leather jacket, they don't like my sunglasses. I'm here to inform all of you, this is not a fashion show. We go out, we do the best that we can, and you know, if you're watching these videos and all you can do is criticize my jacket, you've got some serious issues. I pray for you. I hope you get some help, but this isn't what the show's about. The show's about just going out, reporting the news, reporting the data, trying to help people that need it. That's what it's about. And yet there's people out there more concerned about the watch I wear, the jacket I wear. It's a little disturbing when you think about it. And of course, there's always those people who really have a vendetta against homeless people, who like to judge and belittle homeless people. And of course, these are people who hide behind these icons of cartoons and, you know, Superman 3000 and Wonder Woman 1200. And, you know, they hide behind cartoon characters and fake names and sit there and judge homeless people. I mean, pure ignorance. It really is. And, you know, I can handle this. I'm a big boy. But it's just the bully type mentality where people have to pick on weaker people, like homeless people. Like, these people don't have enough trouble or enough problems, and we need people hiding behind cartoon icons to sit there and judge them. Now, I know that these people who do the judging, they're bullies. They're very insecure. They're the most unprepared people probably walking around. And these are going to be the most scared and unprepared people that you're going to see when the economy completely collapses. These will be the people knocking at your door. The people who took their time instead of preparing and helping other people and building people up. The people who wanted to tear down and didn't prepare one bit for themselves. They're so scared, they're so insecure that they have to judge, lash out, and attack weaker people. And these are the same people that will, at one point, many of them will probably be homeless themselves. And they're not going to do very well on the streets of America, I promise you that. But again, nobody has to come to my defense. I'm a big boy. I would love for one of these people to come say this to me in person, to my face, when we're out there actually doing it. But no, they hide behind a cartoon character with a fake name and judge homeless people. I don't really like bullies, ladies and gentlemen. You can say whatever you want about my leather jackets, my watches, my sunglasses, my ties, my suits. This is not a fashion show. It doesn't bother me. But, you know, get away from the ignorance. This is not what this is about. It is about helping people, building people back up, trying to do some good instead of just tearing and judging people and just tearing people down. No, that's not good for anybody. But again, it's just a reminder of the ignorance out there, and a reminder that these will be the people that come knocking at your door for help because they took the time to actually go and judge people and tear people down instead of preparing. And so as times get worse, these will be the people, the most scared people walking, the people who went out and judged other people. So I just wanted to note that for a second, because no matter what you do, you're always going to have haters. But 99.9% of the comments were absolutely incredible. And remember, anybody can become homeless, ladies and gentlemen. We've talked to so many people over the years who got behind on medical bills, had a house burned down, got in an accident, became handicapped, parents died, you name it. So many situations that people just really had no control of, and they landed up homeless. If you don't have friends, if you don't have family, if you don't have a good support group, and you lose a job, you get behind the medical bills, you begin to get judgments, you get a lien on your house, what have you, your car gets repossessed, it could be big trouble. It could be big trouble, and it doesn't take much, from my experience, helping the homeless, talking to them, it doesn't take much to land up homeless. And that's why it can happen to anybody. And that's why I give all thanks to God for my blessings. And so many of you also give thanks to God for your blessings. And let's pray for these people instead of judging them and tearing them down. Now, I want to shift gears here. Market goes haywire with dozens of New York Stock Exchange trading halts at the open after a technical glitch. Now, the New York Stock Exchange, stocks opened and were automatically or were erroneously triggered limit up or limit down, which threw them into a halt status. Now, this was interesting. McDonald's traded down to $236.42 before rebounding $268.32, a $55 billion swing in market cap in seconds before almost immediately being halted. That was just one example of what happened this morning. So was it a glitch? Was it an accident? We talked about this just weeks ago. Wait till something happens in the markets. It may not be a glitch. At some point, something purposely is going to be done, some type of cyber attack. This could be a glitch. I'm not saying, we don't know. But at some point, we're going to see attacks on our financial system, on our banks, and in the markets. And now, I don't know. We don't know yet. I know there's been some news coming out today. I haven't been able to follow it. Comment down below if you know more about it. Do you feel this is a glitch, or was this purposely done? And how fragile are the markets when you think about the technology that is out there? How vulnerable are we to a cyber attack in the markets, in the banking institutions? These things are literally happening every day. The airlines, it just happened to the airlines. Thousands of flights, because of so-called glitches, could not take off. It's incredible. Now, markets were pretty flat today, but we get more bad news. Spotify cut 6% of its workforce. So we have another 600 people unemployed. 3M going to lay off 2,500 employees. Crypto exchange Gemini lays off 10% of workforce in its latest round of cuts. Mattress giant Serta Simmons files for second bankruptcy in 2 years. They filed bankruptcy late yesterday to trim its debt load. What I find interesting about the mattress business is, these Serta Simmons mattresses can go up to over $3,000. I heard even $5,000. You have people financing mattresses for years. This is where we're at today. People are financing everything, including mattresses. There's so much debt out there. And again, here's another bankruptcy. And are they going to be closing stores? Are they going to be laying off employees? Probably. More U.S. companies brace for job cuts amid likely recession. Survey shows. This was on Fox Business. People in the comments down below, and I talked about this a couple days ago with Sid, more and more people are commenting in the comments down below that they have just recently lost a job, a spouse has lost a job, a family member, a child has lost a job, and this is now beginning to hit home. It's not just stuff that we're reading in the news. It's actually happening to a lot of people that watch this channel. Read the comments. I guarantee you will see a handful of people tonight in the comments who've recently lost a job or know somebody who has lost a job, or somebody, a family member who's lost a job. So it's becoming much, much more real when it's not just stuff we're watching on the television, but people in the comments, people that you and I personally know have lost jobs. It's going to get very, very bad, ladies and gentlemen. There's no doubt about it. And there is no solution other than do the best that you can to prepare. Like Sid said the other day, don't give up, don't quit. grab a side hustle, grab a couple side hustles. That's what we need to be doing right now, and build up as much capital, as much cash reserve as you can. U.S. PMIs decline among the steepest since the global financial crisis in January. This on the hedge today. S&P Global U.S. Manufacturing PMI sits at 46.8. This is the 7th monthly print below 50. S&P Global U.S. Services PMI, 3rd monthly print down. It's sitting at 46.6. So below 50, again, 3rd monthly print below 50, down. The hedge, U.S. gasoline prices continue to rise. I'm noticing this now every day. Gas is beginning to go up a little bit more. Over the past week, it's up nearly 12 cents. WTI crude oil, prices rise $3 a barrel in the past week. We're going to probably see oil break $100 this summer. That's my forecast. I don't have a crystal ball, but I think we can kind of see where this is all going. Here's another one from the hedge. Social Security will be bankrupt by 2033 on current trajectory. What are people going to do who depend on this, that will be retiring or are going to be dependent at some point for Social Security? And they're telling you right now it's going to be bankrupt by 2033. This is why you cannot rely on a pension, because they are going to rob these pensions just like they're robbing Social Security, and you're going to be left with nothing. And when you come to that day where you're retired, you're expecting that pension check or that Social Security check, it may not be there for you. And if it is, what if you're going to get 50% of it? Think about where inflation will be by then. Think about what you're going to do. And this is why I'm so adamant that you are putting assets away, getting the debts paid down, putting some gold and silver away, putting some cash away. And look, cash is on borrowed time. I don't know if the dollar is even going to exist in 10 years. What we do know for sure, which I think is a guarantee, is it's going to come under extreme pressure in the next few years, maybe sooner. There's going to be direct competition with these BRICS nations. We see Saudi Arabia now entertaining other currencies for oil, especially with China. Look, I'm not saying that the US dollar is going to collapse and be history and be gone tomorrow or even a couple years from now. It's going to exist for a while, I believe. But when we begin to see competition to the US dollar, this is going to be big trouble. This is going to threaten your standard of living, any type of competition. But I think we're going to see multiple types of competition from multiple countries challenge the US dollar, and the US dollar is going to lose its world reserve status and strength. And people just don't realize that. They're too busy watching games. They're too busy fantasizing on Netflix. They're too busy not living in the real world. And this is going to come back to haunt these people. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, and this is why you need to own real things. And gold is money. Everything else is credit. And we see what the world is doing with gold. You look at what Russia and China are doing. They're going to put the rest of the world, the BRICS nations are going to put the rest of the world back on some sort of gold standard, where I think you're going to see certain currencies backed by gold, maybe not 100%, but partially backed by gold. Gold's going to play a huge role at some point in the world economy here very, very soon. So get prepared for that. And if you don't have any gold or silver, gold had a very nice day today. Silver had a very nice day today. These people who said, you know, gold's going to 800, silver's going to $8, good luck with that. I don't know who would mine it at that price because you couldn't do it. But I think that the future is going to be extremely bright for gold and silver. But I think it's going to be a necessity now. And I don't give financial advice. I share with you what I'm doing, what my circle of friends are doing, and that's buying gold and silver, especially gold. If you don't have any, you need a reputable place to buy. I have a link down below, SD Bullion, fantastic company. And I know that's going to trigger a lot of people because I have a link down below. Too bad. I don't care. I don't care if you buy gold, you don't buy gold or silver, or where you buy from. I just believe that you should have some. You go back 4 or 5 years ago, gold was $1,200 on average, $1,260 an ounce. We're now sitting at $1,950 an ounce. Gold will be hitting $2,000 very, very shortly. So for all the people who said you were wrong and I was wrong, 4 or 5 years ago, they've really missed out, because now to buy a physical ounce of gold, it is going to cost you well over $2,000, okay? If you want the physical thing, you want the real thing, it's going to cost you over $2,000. If you don't have it and you want it, I believe you need it, SD Bullion, link down below. TheEconomicCollapse.com, the United States is insolvent. Another reason why you better have real money and not paper. National debt right now is blowing past $31.4 trillion. Total value of goods and services produced last year in the US was only about $25 trillion. State and local governments collectively have over $3 trillion in debt. Corporate debt now exceeding $12 trillion. Unfunded liabilities in this country, Medicare, Medicaid, exceeding $170 trillion. Consumer debt is at an all-time high, and you have consumer credit card debt at an all-time high. This is going to end really bad, ladies and gentlemen. There's no doubt in my mind. And I can afford to be wrong. Question is, can you afford for me to be right? That is the question today. If everything goes on, they kick the can down the road for the next 10 years, well, I have cash, I have gold, I have silver, I have food, I have security. My life doesn't change. But if I'm right, and there's people out there who think that I'm wrong, well, if I'm right and they're wrong, and they have no gold, no silver, no cash, no food, no way to protect any of this stuff, they're going to be in big trouble. Very, very big trouble. The hedge. Central banks turn to gold as losses mount. This was an interesting article today too. If you get a chance, check it out. And make sure, do your own homework. Don't take my word for any of this stuff. Do your own homework, do your own due diligence. The world's central banks bought 673 metric tons in 1 month. And in the third quarter of 2022, they bought 400 metric tons of physical gold. This isn't paper, all right? These aren't mining stocks. These are physical tons of gold. Why are they doing it? They want to depend less on the US dollar. They understand how the dollar's been weaponized. They look at what has occurred with Russia. They understand if you get on the bad side of the US, you're not going to get dollars, you won't be able to use dollars, you won't be able to buy in dollars, you won't be able to sell in dollars. So the world is looking at this, and they want to depend less and less on the US dollar because of the weaponization of the US dollar. They know that monetary destruction is coming. Take a look at how much money we are spending right here just in America. You look at governments around the country, they are printing, the printing presses are overheating, and the central banks know that. And they understand that governments cannot stop spending, they can't stop spending. And they are going to use gold as insurance. So as currencies collapse, as currencies continue to depreciate, gold will appreciate, gold will have purchasing power, gold has a 5,000-year history, it's not going anywhere. Look and do what the big boys are doing, ladies and gentlemen, what the central banks are doing. What do they know that the average person doesn't, who's sitting at home watching Netflix tonight? One last article on the hedge. Battle tanks for Ukraine approved on same day. Doomsday clock hits closest point to midnight in history. I just want to say this. 30 Abrams M1 tanks are going to Eastern Europe. These things cost $6.21 million per tank, okay? 30 of them. We got people, we got vets, we got Americans sleeping on the streets in tents, in cardboard boxes. Some of them don't even have that. They just lay on a blanket. We have crime surging unlike any other time in our history. National debt surpassing $31.4 trillion. Inflation at an all-time high, let's face it. It is at an all-time high. And the problems go on and on and on. And we have small businesses being absolutely devastated. They've been devastated for many, many years in this country. There's so many people, so many businesses that need help, yet here we go again. And they're telling us the inflation is going to continue to go down. The only thing that's transitory is this break in inflation that they're telling us. This cooling down period of inflation where inflation's kind of going down a little bit. That's the only thing transitory. Enjoy it, because inflation's only going to go back up. When you continue to buy tanks now at $6.21 million, and you're going to send 30 of them over there on top of the $100+ billion we've already sent over there. And look, I'm not getting political. I don't like war. I hope this is resolved tomorrow. I'd love for it to go away. I'd love for people just to live in peace, okay? But that's not going to happen. And we just got to look at this responsibly, monetarily. What is in this for us? How much is this going to cost us by the time this whole thing ends? Is it going to be $1 trillion? Is it going to be 700 billion? 1.2 trillion? I don't know. And what are the repercussions here as we're getting ourselves here into a third world war? Very, very dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. Again, not political, but we got to be responsible here. We got to talk about what's happening monetarily and what's happening geopolitically here and what kind of risks it puts us in financially and physically. We are literally heading into a world war here, and we're in it whether you want to believe that or not, because when you're sending weapons, when you're sending training, and you're sending money, and you're sending tanks, you're in it. So this could really escalate. It could be really, really bad. So I'm going to leave it there. Pray for this country, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of problems. Lots of problems. God bless all of you. Again, thanks for all the kind comments, all the prayers. Let's keep praying for the people that need it, who really have it bad out there. You're blessed. I'm blessed. There's no doubt about that. We could lose it all tomorrow. We could be on those streets tomorrow, without a doubt. So let's give thanks for what we have, and make sure that if we can help people while we can, let's make sure we help people a little bit, because I believe when you help people, that God's going to bless you right back. And I think it's extremely important that we're helping one another right now any way we can, whether it's with prayer, whether it's helping people with food or donation, or opening a door, giving somebody a job, giving somebody an education, a skill, anything we can do to help out. Feed somebody's dog. How about that? There's a lot of animals out there, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have a choice. The dogs out there, they don't have a choice. So if you see some homeless people out there, maybe you give them some socks, and maybe you give their dog some food and make somebody's day, and I promise you, you will be blessed. God bless all of you. Look forward to speaking with all of you very, very soon.